What? Mark out Mania. Mark out Mania. It's Saturday morning and we're marking out on Mark out Mania.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row, the classic theme song returns.
I didn't I do a different one last week or?
I don't know. Did you? I don't remember.
So,
I don't know.
but yeah, I just didn't think of a song too much.
I could barely remember what happened half an hour ago. Come on.
But hey, hola amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Yeah, woo!
We've got James, the NPR Extreme Sorno. How are you?
I'm doing. Wait. I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm good, ready to rock and roll, baby.
And with a chance of thunderstorms in the sky, it's Zeus King Dark, the god of thunder.
The Road Warrior Scholar.
Hey, in the chat, we got Brian Bell. Hey, we haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, Brian Bell.
Brian, what's going on, buddy? Brian Bell's in the hizzy.
Emanating from the Amherst graphic design room, Bryant Stratton College.
The Road Warrior Scholar.
The Road Warrior Scholar Zeus. It is I, Deuce B, Double B's younger brother. There you go. Ezekiel.
You know it's funny. I know it's probably it's supposed to be bad, right? But for some reason I'm getting a kick over the whole Elias Ezekiel Kevin Owens.
Oh, Kevin Owens is the one that makes that whole thing because he refuses to put it over. That's what makes it so hot. He was like, "You're not Ezekiel. You're Elias. You know, you should wear those stupid wristbands and headbands on your wrists. You're Elias. You know, all you did is shave and look worse."
You know that kind of reminds me of. Do you remember when in WCW when Saturn had to wear a dress? He lost.
Oh my God! Yes, I remember that. Yes.
And like Jericho was doing everything to try to get him to lose the dress. And he was just like, it's like, yeah, I'll face you in a match for the dress. You can't make me wear a dress, and Saturn would lose again. And you're like he's giving you a way out, man.
Jericho's awesome. Jericho's awesome.
He was. He was
awesome. Yeah.
He's not bad. I say this about Jericho. He does reinvent himself over and over. Yeah. Good, bad, or indifferent. He does it. Yeah. Because he's never stale.
But this Monday, that one segment backstage with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Like at first, I felt kind of bad for Tommaso Ciampa. I was like, oh, that's how they're sort of bringing him into things. But then the way he played the straight man in that segment was like kind of like note perfect in terms of making the thing pop. So.
And then I love Kevin Owens' face, man. His expression. He goes, "Stop!" He's like, "Stop! Well, why are you even doing this? Just don't do this. Stop."
Have you seen all the social media stuff with like people photoshopping like Elias and Ezekiel as tag team champions?
Yeah.
And standing next to each other and all this kind of stuff.
And then they like aged him up and made him a dad. And
are you serious? Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that.
I saw one where somebody made him look like a woman, and it's like it's Elsa, the sister.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
And of course, we have our good friend Bean who who asked us why we were going to talk about Volador Jr. today.
Yeah. Why is that?
So when Volador lost his mask, like Volador, the way he looks, like without the mask and clean shape,
he looks like Chris Kattan. You're breaking up,
Pedro.
Pedro.
Pedro, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't hear anything you just said.
Nope.
Okay.
Just start over from when Volador was unmasked.
Okay. Volador, when he lost his mask, without the mask, like his face with the curly hair and stuff, like him and Ezekiel look like pretty much the same. Like Elias without the facial hair looks like just a taller giant Volador. So
yeah, and they both look like Chris Kattan.
Yeah, that's true. They do both look like Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan.
Yeah,
Chris Kattan should play the dad.
Oh my God,
that'd be hot. That'd be hot.
And then they could do a Night at the Roxbury skit.
There you go. But Kevin Owens is the one who's making this whole thing awesome, because he refuses to put it over. Like he even reached out to Sami Zayn and said, "Sami Zayn, please tell these people."
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what makes it fun,
Yeah.
Fucking wrestling.
But I think you can get away with this, like with Elias or whatever. Like I think you can get away with it this one time. Like you could have him have a run as Ezekiel for a while, and then go away, and then later come back as Elias.
Yeah, as Elias. Yeah.
So I could kind of see doing that, but you couldn't do it too many times because after a while it would get groans. But I think it could work for a little while. But hey, since we're on this subject, anyway, what about all the name changes and stuff lately?
Oh my! I'm gonna say this: you had one of the coolest nicknames in all of wrestling, the Bruiserweight, and now you call yourself Butch.
Well, they're calling him Butch. I mean,
yeah, I mean, come on.
Obviously, he's not. I mean, not only that. Now he's bald, and his head is shaped like a cone head, and they put that tiny hat on.
I'm from Remlech.
Right? Yes, he's from Remlech. He's got 4 sets of teeth. And, he looks like an angry, conehead, and it's
that's just how do you do that to him? How do you do that to him? He was such a good wrestler.
How do you take the one-man gang and make him into Akeem the African?
Akeem the African Dream, who couldn't even dance. That was horrible.
Terrible.
That was horrible. I forgot Akeem the African Dream with a southern accent.
Jive talking.
I will say this about the Pete Dunne Butch thing. So first off, Pete Dunne, I don't think he had much chance getting over on the main roster WWE because he's too small, and he
could have got no Pedro. I disagree. He could have got
over on his work, on his in-ring work, yes, because he's an amazing in-ring performer. But like, I just don't.
He could have booked him like the early days of WWE booked Chris Benoit. He was like a short fucking fire stick, like everybody was afraid to get in the ring with him because he was crazy.
This is NPR, Mark Almeida, wanting to advise no one should recite the image.
You know what I'm talking about.
They should have booked him a vacation. That's what they should have booked him.
Oh, that was horrible. The Bruiserweight, and then they come to this shit.
I think, like, there's no way this gimmick where they dress him up like a fucking Townsy newsboy or whatever. Like, he doesn't even have a mid-card ceiling. Like, let me say this. His ceiling isn't even mid-card now. His ceiling is just crony jobber.
He is actually like, he's like on the same level as as Super Crazy Psychosis and
Oh,
Hoovy,
yeah. Okay.
right?
Okay.
I mean,
But
that's that's where it is with him. I mean, it just it's a comedy act, right?
Yeah.
And
well,
It's
James,
the Mexicools. It's the Mexicools. Yeah.
right? But and then I mean, it's the Peaky Blinders version of
Yeah. Yeah.
Mexicans.
Yep.
But if you say to yourself, they should have just booked him straight up like what they did in NXT. You
well,
got to remember these are main roster fans who don't like
yeah,
NXT people.
right. So I mean, I guess what I was going to get at was I don't think the Pete Dunne as we knew him was going to get over on the main roster. I don't see it.
Well, we won't find
I
out
don't.
ever now, will we?
No, we won't. We won't find out. And like the thing is, he's so good as an in-ring performer. This feels very harsh to do him like this. But if he's gonna be on the main roster and collect the main roster money, this may be this. I
Well,
mean,
hold on, Pedro. Hold on. You mean to tell me that he couldn't have that same match with Finn Balor up on the main roster?
no, they couldn't have that match. No, not on the main roster. Is Finn
That
Balor,
match would have got everybody over.
Is Finn Balor having any of those matches he was having during that last NXT title run with anyone on the main roster?
No, he's not even having matches. I don't remember the last time I saw him wrestle.
I mean, you just can't do that on the main roster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not going to happen. Like, so in
Sad.
that sense, it would have been better for him to stay in the NXT UK system, but he doesn't even fit into, like, Pete Dunne doesn't even fit into NXT 2.0 anymore. Like, he felt out of place there once they went to 2.0.
Yeah.
So, like, what is his future? I don't know. I mean,
I'm surprised they didn't change Tommaso Ciampa's name.
I'm sure they'll call him Chompers at some point or something.
Right? Yeah. He'll be Chompers, and then they're gonna bring back the mayor from Tennessee, and he's gonna revive the Isaac Yankem and be his manager.
Jesus.
So hey,
I probably shouldn't. It's obvious that
yeah, Zeus.
Creative.
Be careful what you say.
Gets their bad ideas from us. So I should probably keep this up.
Zeus, you said something that so I heard the only thing I did hear about SmackDown, there was a dark match, and LA Knight was involved in this dark match, but not as a wrestler. He was doing a manager gimmick. Yeah.
To who? Who was he managing?
I don't remember. Do you remember, Zeus, who he was managing?
I don't remember, but all I heard was that I saw people talking about it that that they were upset because he was being used as a manager, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ! It's like that's like saying Paul, you're upset that Paul Ellering was used as a manager. I mean.
Yeah, WWE at it again. Yeah, Mace.
Mace.
Mace is it.
Super agent gimmick, Mace. Thank you. Yeah.
So,
I mean, that feels like a waste of that dude.
Yeah, that's it's I don't know. I mean, it's hard to argue with a multi-billion-dollar company, but. Yeah, because this shit, but like some of this shit is stupid, ridiculous. I mean, they killed Dominic Dijakovic. They named him T-Bar, stuck him in Retribution.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I mean, he was having outstanding matches with Keith Lee, and then they bring him up and named him T-Bar and put him in Revolution. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, that was one of the most half-assed things.
Him and Mercedes Martinez and Mia Yim, and I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was all.
That was awful.
Yeah, because I mean, they were, it was T-Bar and Mace they were the only ones that were kind of, making that entertaining online, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I remember seeing I believe it was T-Bar's tweets.
Oh man, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Hakeem, the African Dream, his manager Slick.
Yeah. Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster.
Yeah.
That was horrible, man. That was horrible.
Tony Atlas, Samba Simba.
Samba Simba. Wow.
Easily one of the most cringy things you could possibly do to the Black Superman from Roanoke, Virginia, Tony Atlas.
You can't get away with doing that shit this day. You can't do that gimmick today. You can't do that shit.
I mean, but they did the Mexicools 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know. And riding the lawnmower out in the fucking river.
So this Mexicools was like 2002, so it's actually like 20 years ago.
Really? Damn, man. 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw them in like 2009 or something like that.
Damn, Zeus, man, you're dating us.
Right?
Let me look it up.
2005, 2006.
2005, 2006?
Yeah, so.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
They were riding the lawnmower. Yeah. They were doing the lawnmower gimmick.
15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And they came out with the shovels and the hose and all that shit.
Yeah. I still remember that opening promo. We are not Mexicans. We are Mexicool.
They remember they changed the name of the lawnmowers to Juan Deere.
Yeah, Juan Deere. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good, Zeus. That's good. Yeah.
But the thing is I really had to.
Pedro, you gotta do that again, Pedro. You gotta do that again. No, we're not Mexicans. We're Mexicool.
Yeah, you can. Hoovy said that. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Okay. And
fucking Hoovy too.
The thing about that one though is it was so far past these guys' primes that it doesn't. I don't think it hurts any of their image overall. It was just a short, kind of a thing, but still extremely wrong to do. And
wrong.
Yeah,
that's an understatement.
I mean,
but Vince doesn't give a shit, obviously.
Right, because like the three of them could have easily been a faction in WCW.
Did they try some of that with the Latino World Order? Remember that? There was Hoovy and Eddie Guerrero
but Super Crazy was in ECW.
The ECW, yeah, him and Tajiri, yeah.
So, but I'm saying if you put those three guys together under a different name, that would have been really cool. I mean, without making them, be a terrible.
But no.
Okay.
Let's take one of the coolest nicknames, the Bruiserweight, and call him just Butch.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this will work, but okay, hold on. Watch this. Listen to this.
Take over SmackDown. We're gonna take over America. We're gonna take over the Cruiserweight division because we are not Mexican. Come on. We are Mexican.
Yeah, it's terrible. So terrible.
You gotta be shitting me! Oh my god!
Did that work or?
Yeah, it worked. Fine.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked. It worked. All right, it worked.
We are not Mexicans.
Oh my god!
We are Mexicools.
And the thing is, as messed up as Juventud got at some point.
Oh yeah.
There were times where he, but he still made a big enough impression on The Rock, right?
Yeah.
For The Rock to mention him in Jericho's opening night promo.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think that says a whole lot. And
That's
every
when
time
Hoovy was doing the juice gimmick, right? Yeah, that's when he was the juice. Yeah.
And every time I've ever met, the couple times I've met Juventud, he's always been super nice and very humble. He's seems to have his shit together a lot better now. Even though we know that.
Yeah, but he did some. He's had a few run-ins. We're like, you know.
But what I was alluding to the fact that he owes Justin from the MMM show a T-shirt or something, right? Or that mask from that faction in Mexico with Killer Cross and those guys. What was that called?
Oh, I know something about. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I know something about. Yeah. Oh shit! It's on the tip of my tongue. Every time I keep thinking of Nels, I keep hearing Hoovie's voice in my head. He's not Mexican, Mexico. Oh, brutal. I can't forget. Who was in that faction? It was Conan.
Mad.
There you go. It was Cross. It was Hoovie. Who else?
Teddy Hart.
Hart. Yes, my favorite dickhead. Yes.
Yeah.
That guy. What a waste.
The original. It was created in 2018 after appearing on independent promotion MDA with the original members that was Conan, El Zorro, Killer Cross, Sexy Star, and Hoovie.
Oh my God!
Wow!
And then they appeared in AAA, making some returns from Teddy Hart and Jeff Jarrett.
Teddy Hart, man. Yeah. What a shame.
Is it though? Is it?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're an egomaniac and you let it run too wild, and you're not Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh well, that's weird.
Teddy Hart. Yeah. But then, they do some ridiculous name changes. I mean, the whole thing with Raquel Gonzalez and now Raquel Rodriguez, I don't get. After they paraded her around just a year ago up on the main roster, it's fucking taking pictures with the belts with the other two champs.
They well, here's the thing though, is apparently there's been a new decree that wrestlers will never go by their
El Dandy. Yeah, there you go, Brian. Yeah.
You're never gonna have people go by their given name anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, but but people call her Raquel mostly. No.
I'm talking about this is like something that developed just the other day.
Really?
So, and this is probably the thing that brought it about.
Yeah.
Is because they, that's the thing is they're gonna fight, they're gonna develop people the way they want to develop them, and then they're gonna develop them under that name. So, it's like it's gonna make it hard for people to leave and be successful.
Yeah. No.
I remember.
I mean, they're either gonna ruin you, or they're gonna elevate you so much that I mean, like. Could The Rock have ever gone to WCW?
No.
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean,
could the Triple H?
No.
Maybe it could have been the second coming of Flex Kavana, but no.
Yeah, it's like where his whole identity and everything he built it up as The Rock.
As The Rock, that's right. Yeah. Everybody thought a stupid name. There's one name I think that was ridiculous, stupid, and not to mention the stupid, goofy costume he was put in. But for some reason, he made it work. was when Ron Simmons became Farouk. Now you had the WCW champion, and you named him Farouk and stuck him in a shitty helmet.
Yeah, that was that gladiator thing was definitely that was a definite rejected form of He-Man looking.
Yeah, but when he was Farouk in the APA, everybody was going crazy over it, and then they started calling him Ron Simmons.
Right, because by that time, I mean, they'd evolved everything so far along that he wasn't really, Farouk anymore. He wasn't Farouk from the Nation,
Right.
He wasn't even Farouk from the Acolytes.
Right,
It was the APA that brought him back around and made him, more relatable.
That's right. That's right.
That is you are correct.
But
you are correct, sir.
It's 40 years of nonsense repackaging, renaming. I mean, it's just like the whole thing. So many guys had to get a Jesus.
Sorry.
What are you doing? You carving a fucking statue out of solid marble?
Jay's like, hold on a moment. I got to work on this Raquel Gonzalez marble statue.
Sorry. That was the glasses clinking in my refrigerator. My bad.
But it's just one fucking thing after the other. It's just, it's what they've always done.
Yeah.
Well, and I know we've talked about this before, but I lately I try to pretend that Walter had to retire and is no longer wrestling.
I find it so hard calling him Gunther.
I mean he lost everything. He has none.
Not for nothing. Not for nothing, Pedro. Vince should give fucking Zeus a little taste of that fucking gimmick because that's his.
Yeah, I know. Zeus needs to get some moolah for that.
I'm saying the residuals.
But I mean, like Walter, he has no. He doesn't have that gravitas, that presence anymore. He's just He's he's fitter. He's in better shape, but he kind of lost something by getting fitter.
That was Vince. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
That was Vince. Vince told him that he wanted to put him on main roster TV, and he's not going to do it until he loses weight. So Vince made him lose weight.
Well, I mean, he kind of lost something when he did that, though.
Yeah.
And then this name change and the color change, like everything just took everything away. Like he's just not the same.
And Marcel that name changed, and now it disappears of Fabian Eichert. I don't know where he's at. How do you break up Imperium? Imperium was awesome. Fucking Vince. I don't know. And then the name change. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's just going to keep happening.
It's like, but it goes back to what Zeus says. Like nobody in WWE, their core fandom doesn't like anything NXT. So it's fine because it's all changed. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, go.
I was just gonna say, I've been meaning to, I forgot to do it twice in person, but I wanted to ask Tully and Arn, how do you think that it was received when you guys went to WWF and you got to keep your real names? They didn't change you at all.
All they did was added the moniker of Brainbusters. That's it.
Right. That's all they did.
That's all they did.
Everything else, it was just, I mean, there had to be some resentment in there.
Oh, of course. Of course.
So
how the fuck do you keep your names? And I'm sure, and like I'm Joe Schmo, or hi, I'm Max Moon. Come on.
I'm Max Moon. Transformers.
Now, that was actually Conan's idea, though, right?
Oh
yeah. It
Oh,
was.
was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Oh, okay.
That's what he says, right? But I think
Right.
that's I don't know if there's any truth to that, but he said it was his idea, and then when, now according to him, when he said he wanted to advance the gimmick, quote unquote, that's when Vince shot it down and buried it. So no, that's it. I don't know what advance the gimmick means, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, they put it on Paul Diamond after Conan left.
Yeah, that was not good.
Coming to the WWE, the Transformers.
You know,
Yeah,
and
right.
there's another prime example. You had Bad Company, and you made them the Orient Express.
Oh, yeah.
How you gonna do that to them? How you gonna do that to Pat Tanaka? Come on.
What about
I mean, they had the history with the Rockers.
Mhm.
Yeah, in the AWA,
A
yeah.
built-in storyline right there, built in already, and you fucked that up.
Who was that other team from the AWA? Was it the Minnesota Wrecking Crew? Is that what they were called, or
Well, they were
something?
called the Destruction Crew.
Okay, and they turned to what, the Beverly Brothers? Or
Yeah, the Beverly Brothers. Yeah.
Wayne the Train.
Yep.
Blue, Mike
Yep.
King.
Wayne. Yep. The Beverly Brothers. Remember that gold cape they used to wear to the ring?
Yeah.
They were
That
like
was
gold and
horrible.
purple, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That was horrible. Oh.
Yeah, they were the Minnesota Wrecking Crew too, in WCW.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
That's
they
right.
were-
That's right. That's right.
They,
That's
they,
right.
they wore electric blue and they had masks on because they were still under contract with AWA, but it was
Oh,
fading out so hard. They got kind of a tryout with WCW.
James, when you were saying that it's horrible, it made me think of that movie Superstar with Molly Shannon, where she's mad at the grandmother and she's like, "You're horrible. You're horrible."
Oh my God, Raquel Rodriguez and Butch and God, who's next? Didn't WWE sign Roxy?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. She's NXT is somebody else, right?
Roxanne.
What now?
Roxanne.
That's what they're calling her, Roxanne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what are
She
they
doesn't
going
have
to call?
to turn on the red light.
Yeah.
The days are over. She doesn't have to give her body for the night.
Yeah, she doesn't have to give her body to the night anymore. Roxanne.
Oh my God.
What are they going to call Dakota Kai if she gets called up?
They're going to call her like DK or something like that.
Or would she just be Dakota, or would she be like Debbie Dakota, or because they seem to like
I'm surprised they didn't
double initials and.
I'm surprised they didn't change Pretty Debbie. But
Not yet.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I can't believe they won the tag team titles.
They won the tag team titles in their very first NXT.
In their very first match. Yeah, I know.
Well, that's the way they've been booking, WWE guys into. They've been booking WWE guys really strongly back into NXT. I mean, Mandy Rose, Ziggler,
pretty deadly are from NXT UK.
NXT UK, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were the NXT UK
champions. Yeah.
Oh, who? I'm thinking of Breezango.
Yeah.
Oh, Breezango. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they did do that to Breezango too. You're saying?
Yep, they did. Yeah, but Pretty Deadly won they won the tag team fucking the Gauntlet match, right, Pedro?
Yeah.
They were outlasted the Creed brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which they should have just had a match between those two instead of a gauntlet.
Maybe one. I mean, it was exciting TV. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. It was good. You got to base wrestling now on the now. All the stuff that we were into, guys, is long gone. Pedro, you're not getting it back.
Okay,
you're not getting those days back. You're not.
James, I'm gonna tell you this though. I don't have to lower my standards.
I agree,
because the modern stuff is worse. Like
I agree.
I don't have to be like, oh, well, this is great in comparison to, you know.
No, you don't have to say it's great, but if you're gonna watch it, you gotta accept it for what it is.
No,
it can be better. Like, there's no.
It's
reason
never
it can't
gonna be
good.
better. It's never gonna get better. It's never gonna get better as long as they're eating this shit up. It's never gonna get better only because they don't have a reason to get better. Because everybody's eating it up now. Why are they eating it up? I don't know, but they're eating it up now. They have no reason to get better. And it's sad. But if you're gonna watch it, you know, it is what it is. You gotta accept for what it is. It's shit. So you know what? If I'm gonna watch shit, I gotta accept it. I'm watching shit. So here it is.
Man.
You know? Those days are over, Pedro. Those days are over, bro.
We are bringing up a lot of song lyrics.
That's right.
I know.
You don't have to wear that dress tonight.
Yeah.
Those days are over. Wrestling don't have to be so good anymore.
Yeah, Brian Bell, I agree. Even Rude and Ziggler came down. It looked like big deals for a few shows. Yeah, they did. They did. And then next team. But that's way, you know, like I'm excited to see Natalya in NXT because I'm glad they're actually doing something with the people that they have on the roster.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
you know?
I saw her put that sharpshooter on. I was like, going, how are you related to, you know?
you know,
she ain't no state.
Sharpshooter. You know,
I'll say this: sometimes she does it well, and then sometimes it's like The Rock or worse. I don't know.
I hate when The Rock puts it on because he does it like so sloppily. You know.
I don't know why Natalya is so inconsistent with that move when you figure with her family.
She's been doing it for, you know, she's been doing it for 10, 12 years, something.
She's been doing it. She's been doing it since she was in diapers.
Yeah, probably. How long has she been wrestling? Let me look this up.
She's not young.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's been around a while.
She's been around a while.
She made her debut in 2000. So I mean,
look at that.
That's a 22-year career.
Yeah, she's not young. She's been there, you know, and good for her.
She's 39.
I give her look at that. I give her all the props in the world. Look at her. You know, it's all good. I bow down. She's good.
Look at her. She looks nothing like when she started.
She got Botox interference from putting on the sharpshooter.
Her and Charlotte and others are like, you know, our face must change every few years.
Well, so Charlotte was out of necessity, right? Because her nose was broken and her teeth got knocked out, right? That's what happened to Charlotte, right? That's what happened to Charlotte, right? Somebody broke her nose in the ring, and then her teeth got knocked out by accident too.
I don't know.
So like her whole face had to be reconstructed somewhat, some shit like that.
I don't know, man.
Possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but then you look at Taya, and you're like, whoa.
Well, yeah, but Taya, to be fair, she had done stuff to her appearance before she ever got into wrestling. So. I mean, but she doesn't look anything like she did back in the Lucha Underground days. Yeah, I mean,
she's not even. She doesn't
many
resemble
people don't
any
anymore. Did y'all see Madonna? Did y'all see Madonna recently?
I can't look at Madonna, man. She's like a sun-dried tomato. She's brutal.
I mean. Well, you know, we're gonna get canceled.
Oh my God!
All the stuff we're saying, but really though, Madonna, how did someone go from such an iconic look and face, and you're like, this is what you did to yourself? It's like Kenny Rogers. You remember when Kenny Rogers got the plastic surgery?
Kenny Rogers looks horrible. What happened to him?
Well, he's dead now. he looks even worse now, James. He's dead, but.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
Dead Jim.
But no, like,
holy shit, yeah.
that dude has such an iconic look.
Yeah,
He didn't need to change his face at all. Why did he change his face? Hey, speaking of country people changing their faces, do y'all know who Travis Tritt is?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Holy shit! Look up Travis Tritt like now.
Yeah,
right?
really change his face too.
He looks like he is. He looks like he is transitioning into something else. I'll just leave it like that.
He's going to Bruce Jenner route.
It looks that way.
But it's just it's not good.
No, it's not good. Oh,
no,
God.
It's weird. It's weird.
I mean, I'm no Brad Pitt, but I would never fuck with my face. You know, like, you know, it is what it is. Leave it alone. You know, that's it. You know. I mean, granted. I mean, I you know, I don't know why Natalia did it, but I don't think she needed it.
No.
You know, I don't think she needed it. You know, if it's for personal reasons and if you feel better, then that's great. You know.
Yeah, and but, you know, but we've heard for, you know, well, you know, for so many decades now that, you know, there's always this huge amount of pressure on aesthetics in WWE.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, look what I just said about Walter. I'm not going to put you on TV until you lose weight. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, there's a lot of people saying things like, you know, the girls in the, you know, like the Lita and Trish era, you know, Jazz and all them that, you know, that they were, you know, being given, you know, diuretics, you know, to help cut the water weight and help them, you know, make them look more thin, more fit, you know. And it's like, Jesus Christ, you know, all those girls were in shape, you know, they're all in excellent shape, but you know what happens is,
I mean, Lita as Miss Congeniality in ECW looked fine. I mean,
she changed her appearance too. Yeah, no, there's absolutely.
And then she became Skeletor, like when she was in WWE.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that.
Hey, Brian Bell said, question: if today a good indie wrestler, former WCW mid-card named Scott Hall entered WWE and was given a Scarface ripoff Cuban gimmick, how would you feel?
That's a good question, Brian.
And then he said, oddly, there are some that seem like dumb ideas like Goldust, Razor, Brood, etc. that do end up working. Yeah.
I like Goldust. I like Goldust. Goldust worked. It was over. People like dumbfounded.
That stuff worked when in kind of a pre-internet time, though.
Right. I don't know if it gets over now.
And it was you know, there's a trash TV era too. I mean, it wasn't. You know,
Jerry Springer
was fitting in, you know, with all of that, you know, stuff that was going on, and yeah, but now you couldn't do the Chico thing, and
you couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. People have a fucking heart attack right now. Oh, you know, stereotypical against Cubans and blah 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 and this and that. You know, you couldn't get away with that shit now. But no, how about if you call somebody Butch after Peaky Blinders? So yeah, it's okay.
I mean, could they do Goldust now?
No fucking way.
I mean, the original version. The original version of Goldust where he was pushing that one button so hard. Like, could they do that now?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody would be offended.
Yeah.
But when
somebody would be offended.
Yeah, I mean, but how? Like, if you just say, for instance, here's another conversation: is say, for instance, Goldust and Razor Ramon, those characters, say they had never existed. How different? You know, what would the wrestling landscape be like today? Because they were hugely influential.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
So.
Well, that was Scott Hall's best gimmick. It was better than Scott Hall himself. Because not for nothing, the Scott Hall in NWO was his. I mean, not for nothing. NWO Scott Hall was but everybody loved Razor Ramon. I love Razor Ramon.
Well, I mean, people love the NWO. The WWE fans, the WWF fans that followed him and Kevin Nash. You know that he was still Razor Ramon at heart.
Right.
You know, to most of them, and then the people who were, you know, because that's all it was the NWO was literally, you know, WWE invading WCW and getting over.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As far as Kevin Nash goes, I know he was influential in the way people got paid in the business. Fine. I give him all the props in the world for that. Because he literally changed the business that people got paid. Fine. In ring, the most overrated fucking wrestler since Lex Luger. Okay? In ring.
He was limited.
Right. He was limited, but he's always been kind of limited because he's been battling, joint and problems since he was in college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just like he's always been such a good looking dude.
Yeah.
And he's never, he aged so well.
And he's charismatic. He is, yeah.
Right. But I mean, and charismatic. But but people forget it's like he played college basketball with Dale Ellis.
Yep, that's right. University of Tennessee, right? Yeah, Tennessee.
And let's see, when did Dale Ellis retire? Dale Ellis is 61. Or 60. Or no, he's 60.
I can't even tell you when he retired. It had to be
2000.
No,
he retired in 2000.
No, it had to be earlier than that.
No, it was 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played from 83 to 2000.
Shit, that's a long time.
Yeah, and and like I said, it's just he was at Tennessee from 79 to 83. So it's really a huge testament, and when you look at sports medicine back then, it was just
nothing like it is today. Yeah,
I mean, even the shoes back then were terrible.
Yeah,
so when you factor in somebody that like Kevin Nash, who was 6'10" or whatever, and big, he's been all those really big dudes like that, the 6'6" and above, they really they've really been battling uphill for a long time.
I do want to say in Kevin Nash in his defense a little bit. One he got over with more than one gimmick is Diesel, and then
he was always over. I'm not. That's not in question, Pedro. He was
always over. Oz was not over.
Oz was not over. No. What was the other? Yeah, Master
Blaster Steel was not over.
No,
but
and Vinny Vegas
was over. Yeah, it was over.
But
Vinny Vegas was over.
It wasn't really over.
Also, he had some.
He was part of the Diamond Stud, wasn't he?
He had Kevin Nash had some memorable moments and feuds, and then he was able to be carried into some good matches. They're both against Bret Hart and
I was going to say the Bret Hart match, yeah. But I was going to say the Bret Hart match.
The Bret Hart had more than one good match with him.
Yeah,
like the people always go to the Survivor Series '95 match, but the one they had two other matches at like a Royal Rumble and something else. Those were good too. But
I just think in ring he was overrated. He was over, but he was overrated. Anyway.
But I mean, I think a lot of that is there are some wrestlers who are not going to be like what's the word? Like they're not going to be like ring generals, right? They're not going to be able to come up with their stuff in the ring, right? Some people have to be led. Like,
Yeah.
He's one of those people who has to be led. And
I totally get that, Pedro. I totally get that. But on the flip side of that coin, you got somebody like Hogan.
Yeah.
At his prime, Hogan was what, 6'5", 6'6" at his prime? Okay? Right. And he's very limited in ring skills, but he knew what he was doing in the ring.
Right.
You know? It's like John Cena. He's very limited, but he knows what he's doing in the ring.
Well, John Cena more athletic than Hulk Hogan, I feel.
Yeah, I know, but it's still a limited skill set.
Right. Well, but John Cena, over time, I had to concede that he had too many like good matches for me to say that he was just terrible in the ring. Like he
was never terrible. He's limited. He was never terrible in the ring. He was never terrible. Never terrible.
But I mean, I think he had some mind for what was happening in the ring.
Right.
Like
that's what I think is what Kevin Nash was missing. He didn't know how to, everybody else. Like you said, he needed to be led.
I think Bret Hart was his best opponent because Bret Hart was really good at coming up with narratives for all his opponents. Like there's a match between him and Kamala, and it's just it's a total throwaway comedy thing. But there is a story to this match, and he comes up with a story based around Kamala's limitedness and his goofy thing he's doing at that point in the WWF or whatever. Yeah. So Bret Hart's really good at coming up with like narratives to adapt to his opponents in matches. So Bret Hart was a good opponent for Diesel, for Kevin Nash. Shawn Michaels was good in terms of coming up with action sequences and stuff to play off them. I don't know if the story elements are as strong, but anyways.
Where's Sid Vicious when you need him?
You want to hear something funny?
Yes. So, what's up with this?
So Kevin Nash was Diesel from like part of 1993 to early 96.
Okay.
So that was roughly 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was Kevin Nash in the NWO for 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Until the end of WCW, and then he returns to WWE in 2002
as Kevin Nash.
As Kevin Nash again,
although he did enter the Royal Rumble as Diesel once, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, after he left and came back again, he entered it one time as Diesel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was like 5 years ago he did it.
Oh, that was so recent.
Yeah.
But that run, that 2002 to 2004, again.
Kevin Nash.
And then he was Kevin Nash in TNA from 2004 to what?
Man.
2009, I want to say, right?
Oh,
he was there for about 5 years, wasn't he? 4 or 5 years.
January 2011, he signed a new contract, but was granted a release before reappearing on TV after being contacted by WWE. So then he went back again in 2011 to WWE. So it's funny because he spent a lot more time as Kevin Nash than anybody else,
Thank God for Master Blaster Steel.
Right.
Hey, Zeus, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to rack my brain as you were speaking about Kevin Nash. Him and Vader never had a match, did they?
No, not that I'm aware of.
That would have been interesting to see. Because I wonder if he could hang with Vader.
I mean, by the time that, I mean, you know, because I mean, Diesel really, you know, Diesel and Sid and everybody kind of, you know, got elevated into the title, you know, over Vader, who was there at the time.
Over Vader did, yeah.
So he was kind of,
well,
you know, Vader was
that was Vince punishing Vader for Kuwait.
I don't think so. I mean,
No?
I think a lot of people were saying that it was Sean. Sean didn't, you know, Sean's, you know, that and the fact that
oh yeah, that match that he had with him, yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, Vader and you know, Vader and Cornette fought so hard for him to stay as Vader instead of becoming a Mastodon.
The Mastodon. Yeah, that was horrible. But that would have been another bad fucking name change.
Oh, that would have been, yeah.
That would have been brutal.
That would have killed his career so fast.
How do you take him for that was my whole thing with Ron Simmons. He was a former WCW World Champion. I mean, how do you change the name? He's known. People know him. First of all, he's got a number retired at Florida State. He's a college football god down there. Down here, forget about it. But Ron Simmons is like down here in Florida, forget about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
So,
yeah, we've been we're having good conversation and all, but wanted to move some things along just so before we run out of time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Pedro. Sorry. We got carried away on that shit, you know?
No, we've been. I feel bad cutting it off because we're having like really good discussion. I'm like enjoying what we're doing. But what was I gonna bring up? Oh, I just wanted to quickly bring up this thing. Well, do y'all have any thoughts about the whole Suzuki winning the Ring of Honor TV title to then lose it the first defense, and then after Samoa Joe wins it, he is immediately attacked by like this great Khali like
okay. I was down in Delray Beach and I was watching the Ring of Honor shit with Loves. And I said, there's no way Suzuki's gonna win the TV title just because he's gonna go back to New Japan. So why would you put the strap on? No way. Right? Yeah. And you know, sure enough, he wins. So now it's become clear that it was Tony Khan just to get Suzuki back onto AEW TV, which I don't know why, because he owns Ring of Honor anyway. He could just easily transition the belt on TV anyway. You know, I thought that, you know, I didn't see the match between Samoa Joe and Suzuki.
Yeah,
I heard it was good, and then I hear it was not so good. But it's Suzuki and Samoa Joe, so I mean, come on. You know, how bad can it really be?
Well, apparently, they slapped the crap out of each other.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard they beat the shit out of each other. Yeah.
Is there a key match slap or is
Pedro, you're breaking up again.
Your hamsters.
Well, I said, is there a Suzuki match in recent years that does not involve slap the crowd of each other?
I suggest you feed your hamsters the fucking Whole Foods version of the hamster food, okay? Pedro's like,
So you still can't hear me, or?
Pedro, you sound like I love Popeye. Pedro.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you sounded so weird coming through. You're like,
keep your sentences short.
Yeah, you sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
What I was trying to say. Is it still not working?
It's working.
Oh. I was trying to say.
I didn't say speak slower. I said just keep it short.
I was saying Suzuki doesn't have matches that doesn't involve slapping the crap out of each other now.
No, that's true. That's true.
I mean,
Well, yeah, it's easy. It's an easy
It's
payday
shit
doing
now.
that. Yeah.
His matches all
I mean,
have that formula now.
yeah, I saw that segment with the budget Great Khali. That's a basketball player. He was drafted from the NBA. I forgot his name.
Yes, Satnam
Yeah.
Singh or something like that.
Yeah. But I was like, oh. Hey, and when did Jay Lethal turn heel? Oh, fuck, I missed that.
James, people turn heel for no reason, and like Daniel Bryan was introduced as a face, and then they were like, "Oh, we need someone to challenge Page. He's turn him heel." So,
brutal.
It's just like all that work they did with Nia Jax, building her up as the fighting the bully angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting the body image angle. And it's like, oh, we need to put Ronda over really big, so let's have her destroy Nia Jax, and we're gonna have to make Nia Jax into a heel all of a sudden.
Yeah. I can say this, please. I need to say something because you put up Ronda Rousey. Somebody, anybody, I'll even pay for it. Fuck. Put her in promo school. She is absolutely horrible on the mic. Oh, she is brutal.
Yep.
She does not know her inflections. Everything is off. Everything off. Completely off.
Part of her problem initially was that she has the issue of she laughs when she's nervous. Right? Remember, everybody was like, you can't take this seriously. She has that nervous laugh tick thing. Right? And so everything that she did for the first year, she's fighting to not smile when she's saying all that.
Right.
So I mean, she's got social issues and speech issues and things like that. But yeah, they really need. I mean, for as much as they scripted out her matches and made her work on matches so much in between her TV appearances and things, they really should be doing that. With the with her promos.
All right, Pedro. So, what did you think about the budget? Fucking.
What?
I think about budget Great Khali.
I mean, my issue is more just the booking going on. Like, you hot shot the belt to Suzuki, and then you hot shot it to Joe.
Right.
And then you don't let Joe even have this moment. Okay, Joe beats Suzuki on television. You don't even let him have the moment. It's immediately hot shot this other bullshit with Jay Lethal and this dude and this and that, and everything looks bad. And
yeah, Sanjay Dutt, right? Yeah.
I mean, you're just like, it feels like ADHD bipolar television or something. I don't know.
Crash TV times 10.
I mean, there's so much stuff in AEW is just like it feels. I mean,
are they setting up Ringer storyline? Yeah, are they setting up Ringer on the storylines for their own
they
TV
don't
show by
set
doing
up
this shit?
James. They're not setting up shit. The whole thing with that, what I'm trying to get at is their whole deal is just like someone just being like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Let's do this. Oh my God, let's do this. Blah.
Yeah,
and that's what it feels like. Like, oh, let's do this. Oh my God. Oh, this sounds good. Let's do that. Oh, did I forget about this person for 4 or 5 weeks? Let's have them have a random squash match on Rampage. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because Jay Lethal was a face, and all of a sudden, I saw the clip of everything. I said, "Wait a minute, Jay Lethal's now healed." When they hit him, Sanjay Dutt team up. I don't remember that.
we complained about this with Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him. Like we complained about it with him. It's a thing. What's going on with Thunder Rosa?
Oh, I don't know.
They put the title on her after they should have done it the pay-per-view, but they didn't. They wanted to do it at San Antonio. So then
I was robbed of a title. I was robbed of a title swap.
They do it in San Antonio in this horrible match.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was not that good.
And then they follow that up with she starts cutting a promo, immediately is cut off by Vicky Guerrero for this bad segment. Then they follow that with like something involving a cake or some bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's some bullshit.
Why can't they book any champions like for anything? They book to the moment, like someone wins something. Oh, we've been waiting. We cry our retard cult fan tears. Oh, and then it's like they just lose interest. It's like, yeah, we'll put you in something. Nyla Rose, you're up again as the first challenger. Go.
I think they could have been more creative than that. You know, I mean, I don't understand the booking with Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa. I don't. I mean, because I'm sure you can get. Come on, man, you can find a much better opponent than Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose is the opening challenge for every new women's champion, though.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, come on, man. I mean.
Hey,
I would like to see Mercedes Martinez more versus Thunder Rosa. I thought that could have been interesting, but they totally blew past that angle.
Yeah. Well, what about is Hangman Adam Page's deal now that every blow off is going to be a Texas death match?
I don't know, Pedro. I don't know what to tell you.
James, are you okay?
AEW is exhausting at times.
I'm exhausted.
AEW can be exhausting, you know, because you try to. It all goes back to my point. You got to accept it for what it is. It's shit. So you got to enjoy it as shit because you can't try to make sense out of it because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
To enjoy it, no.
I agree. Okay, fine, but because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It's exhausting trying to figure it out. Yeah, because it doesn't follow normal booking.
Well, you know what shouldn't be exhausting? You know what should be fun? Food trucks. Food cars.
Yeah, food trucks. Zeus, that was an awesome picture of that truck, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's
that's around your way?
No. I created that from ground up.
Oh, that's a Zeus creation?
Yeah. So that
that's hot. I thought that was the actual. I thought you actually took that picture. That's hot.
No. I did take that.
Made that. Oh, okay.
No. But, I made that. So what it was is they have the restaurant has, that typical Chinese takeout menu, right? And they don't have a food truck at all, but like the local restaurant known as the Roosevelt is like kind of the default idea. So you can kind of do anything for this project, but I probably decided that last semester, but when I knew that this was going to be a project this semester, I knew I was going to use use them because it was it's my favorite Chinese restaurant up here, and it's close to the school and everything. So so I just I redesigned their logo. It's loosely based on their logo. I took the Chinese characters off of the menu and incorporated that on that one on the one side of the truck. I incorporated the peacock and the bonsai into the logo, and instead of having the sun as a separate logo, as a separate element, I incorporated that as the circle around the pagoda and the flowers and the sky and mountains. So
because I was looking at that, I was like that was like a fucking good food truck to go to, man. I was like, I'm ready to order. What's up?
Yeah, and so I mean, like I had to create the that border, that symbol, that kind of interlocking S.
Yeah.
So I created that as a brush in that I can use in Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign now too. So
I wasn't. Because I'm from New York, and in New York, you don't really get. Well, I don't know about now, but back when I was in New York, there was a food truck. All we had was hot dog carts. I call them dirty water dogs.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But they were delicious.
Yeah, the soubrettes and the
and the hot sausage. Yeah. So I didn't really experience food trucks until they were around in New York, but not like that until I came down here in Florida.
Right, because everybody just parks. They get a street corner and that's their corner, and then they different stuff there during the day.
Down here, especially by my brother's house, where he has a strip where every Friday, like 6 or 7 food trucks, all parallel park, all fucking right next to each other. And people have outdoor picnics in the middle of the street. And there's some good shit. Philly cheesesteaks I had, a corn on the cob. There was a barbecue one with some pulled pork. I was like, holy shit. It's good food, man.
In North Carolina, the area I was from, there was one that was really popular. It was a Korean barbecue one that I used to see quite a bit. So that was.
I haven't had good Korean barbecue in a long time.
All right. So we're up to in the new show on Amazon Prime, the Paramount Plus, the Halo show. It's like
is it good? Is it not good? Give me the skinny.
If you wanted to watch that show and it be like the video game with tons and tons of action, it's not that.
Right.
They're actually developing a story. So,
that's cool.
Yeah,
it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
Yeah, and it takes place it's taking place before the first game, and so that it's got some layers to it and some interesting things going on, and so I've been pretty happy with it. It's interesting, and then the other thing I saw is also on Prime. It's with Josh Brolin, and they have the two. It's called Outer Range, and the first 2 episodes are out yet, and it's a very, very strange, trippy kind of science fiction-y, otherworldly thing, but it's he's a rancher in Wyoming, I believe.
Right. Right.
So it's
cool. I got my new favorite show right now on HBO Max. It's fucking Tokyo Vice. I love that show.
Do you know that after you said Tokyo Vice last week, when I went home and I logged into YouTube, I got a commercial for Tokyo Vice.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Google's listening. It's a good show, man. It's a slow burn, but it's really good. It's good.
You said Outer Range. They've been inundating my various things with commercials for that lately. This past week, just like tons of commercials for it. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched the teaser for it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I think I would like to watch that, and then it finally came out. So
I gotta watch that.
Here's something else interesting. So, of course, you get those, ads for articles and whatever, and of course, it was like one. It's like, could an ancient megashark still lurk in the deep seas? And I'm like 20 years of this shit, but it was by popular science, and I'm like, really? So I clicked on it, and so there's been kind of a this is a pretty up to date article, which is interesting, and they kind of apparently scientists kind of changed what they thought the body type was. So it's not exactly like a oversized great white anymore. And then the specification changed. It's now Otodus megalodon. It's not
Okay.
It's not part of that Carcharodon family anymore.
Okay.
So
See, every time you start mentioning sharks, now I'm getting excited for our Shark Week episode.
We're Mania Shark Week.
Feels like further away from that because it's only 35 degrees this morning here.
I'm in forever summer down here. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's like humid and sweltering over here.
Yeah, it's hot, and humid over here. It's like 83 today with fucking thunderstorms.
Yeah, we're gonna have a warm, wet Easter tomorrow.
That
sounded bad. But I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Hey, the food truck thing. I just want to say, where I live in Huntsville, we've had like an explosion of it the past few years. Like, there's like
that's awesome. That's good.
There's like 3 or 4 different food cart parks, like the parks where you have multiple ones set up, and
that's hot.
There's like, it's just been a huge thing growing here. I guess because it's a college town, it's just like growing all the time. There's just more and more food carts.
It's a fucking heart attack on wheels, man. You gotta love it. You know, I love food. I was never big on food trucks until I came down here, and I was like, food trucks is bullshit. And then I went, and then I was going to my brother's house one day, and he was like, "Yo, how about we just do food trucks for dinner?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine, whatever, fuck it." And we pulled up, and there's like 6 food trucks in a row. They had picnic tables outside. People are partying. I was like, "What the hell is this shit?" And then I had a Philly cheesesteak. I was like, "Oh my God." It was delicious. I was like, "Yo, this guy's no joke." So now, you know, they're good, man. And now I'm totally into the food trucks.
Yes, it's pretty punishing, you know, working in them, you know, especially when it's a.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. You got to be. That's a job where the only reason why you're doing it is because you love it.
Yeah, and like for the food truck I did, you know, they've got the restaurant itself.
I would love a good cat food.
What?
It has.
Did you say cat food?
Oh, yeah, I call it Chinese food, cat food.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Keep going, Zeus.
So they have a massive menu. You know, it's one of those ones. It's it folds out. You know, it's a tri-fold, front and back. You know, so it's like 6. You know, it's like 6 mini pages of menus. So I had to cut it down. You know, to like, you know, like the top like 6. You know, most popular, you know, style dishes, you know, dinner combos for the food truck, because I mean you can't do an entire, you know, Chinese restaurant worth of food in a food truck. So you know, I did that. You know, and then I used, you know, I thought yellow was a good color, you know, because it's warm.
No, it looked legit. It was a legit looking truck. I was like, that shit looks good. I was like, I'm ready to order from it.
So
yeah, you did a great job with that.
Yeah, like one of my classmate Zach, he created a restaurant. And then made his food truck for it, and it looks outstanding. It's a totally different vibe, and I like it a lot. You know, it's fun when you get to work with somebody, you see a completely different idea and things. It's like, you know, so his is pretty eclectic and interesting, and it, you know, it definitely like like if you're like a foodie, like a hipster, foodie type of person, you definitely walk up to that food truck and you'd be like, yeah, I want to try this, so.
Yeah. That's one thing. That's one thing I miss about there. There are two things I miss about being in New York. One, the pizza, and two, the Chinese food.
And then
you can order
James. The Yankee
yeah, I know, but we're talking about food, right? So
yeah.
So I used to love ordering takeout, man. I used to get the best spare ribs, General Tso's chicken, all that good stuff, sweet and sour pungents. Oh, all that shit.
Yeah, and the Sun Garden, they make their dumplings homemade.
Oh.
So they right. So they're not they're not those ones right out of the.
It's a saucy Saturday, right, Pedro?
Right.
That sounds so good, Zeus. You don't know.
Yeah.
I love Chinese.
And they get that, they get that great, that great dipping sauce. It's like, the chili flakes and the soy sauce and the rice vinegar.
It's bad. It's so bad for me, but I love soy sauce, man. I could drown my shit in soy sauce, man. It's so bad for you,
James. I'll tell you what I like to do with soy sauce. I like taking rice. I make rice. I like sticky rice personally. It's just a thing. I like sticky rice, but I like taking sticky rice, putting butter on it, and then putting soy sauce on it.
Oh my god! Yeah, clear.
I know, but it tastes good.
I know it's so good. I know that actually sounds good, Pedro. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds good.
On YouTube,
I love fried wonton too. Oh.
One of my favorite channels I just discovered. This guy, his name is Nigel, and he has this. He's from Malaysia. He's living in London right now.
Yeah,
and he's got a character that's called Uncle Roger.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Uncle Roger?
I've never heard of Uncle Roger. No.
Yeah. Look it up, James.
Okay.
Explain it, Zeus. Explain it for him.
So he's an older, funny. So here, let me see if I can. Of course, there's an ad. Stop being an ad. This is a reaction video now, so.
Oh, and there's a passing race.
I don't know what's happening on this show right now.
I don't know what that was, but it tastes like chicken.
No, James.
My mom would have beat me with that already.
So it's just he's a funny character, right? But he's all about making fried rice and egg fried rice, and he did a reaction to Jamie Oliver cooking fried rice, and he rips Jamie Oliver a new asshole.
Oh yeah, that's the popular video. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I mean, I
hate Jamie Oliver.
He just totally. I liked him like 20 years ago, before he went all health nutty and vegan-y and.
Yeah, how can you be that? Come on, man.
Yeah, but like he's sitting there he's like, Uncle Roger's like, we 30 seconds into video, he already fucked up like 7 things. And literally, like, Jamie Oliver, after he gets the ingredients out, he brings out a pouch of rice. He didn't even cook his own rice.
Oh no!
Right? That's not official.
We're like, oh no!
Unofficial.
Oh no!
No.
And like the first thing he puts in the pan was the spring onions, and he's like, no, he's like spring onions are garnish. He's like, and Jamie Oliver's like, he's like, you hear that sizzling, and Uncle Roger says, he's like, you hear sizzling, I hear my ancestors crying.
Oh my God. Brutal.
And,
that's brutal.
Right? So he's extremely popular. Like he's got millions of views on
Jesus.
like, yeah, like the one with Jamie Oliver is like 10 million views or something like that. And
I've not heard of this. How come I have not heard of this? I gotta look this up. I gotta watch this.
You look up Uncle Roger, Asian guy in an orange polo, and he's in
an orange polo.
I'm gonna put it in the chat, James. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Like,
thanks, Pedro.
so like he became so popular, like other big chefs, became aware of his criticism. So like Gordon Ramsay did his egg fried rice video, and Uncle Roger reacted to that, and so he calls everybody niece and nephew. Everybody niece and nephew, unless you get elevated to uncle or auntie status.
Right.
Right.
The badge of honor, you gotta get elevated.
You got to be elevated by your cooking techniques. So just after the first video of watching Gordon, he elevated Gordon to Uncle Gordon.
Sounds hot.
Right?
Uncle Gordon.
And then there's that guy Nick something or other. He does a ton of cooking TikToks and video shorts and stuff like that. And he's always commenting. He comments in like all of Roger's videos, and he's just like, he's like, because he's like you almost made it to Uncle. He's like, not yet, and it's like Nick is like chasing the status of becoming Uncle.
Yeah.
So 19 million views on the Uncle Roger Hate Jamie Oliver. Egg
Nice.
So
now I want cat food for lunch.
So
I just want to say something.
Excuse me.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, whoa, he's a killer.
So I just want to clarify. We are not mark out mania. We are mark out hungry.
We are mark out hungry. I'm
hashtag mark out hungry. I want some pork fried rice. I want an egg roll. I want a fried wonton. Okay, how we living? Extra soy sauce. Come on. I want General Tso's chicken.
Get the steamed dumplings.
And steamed dumplings. Yes, thank you, Zeus. Homemade, right?
Yep. They're definitely not out of the box. You can tell because like each one is different,
Oh my God! I haven't had. You're gonna make me book a trip to New York just so I can eat. Oh.
Well, hey, this has been a good episode, good show.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Hey,
good stuff.
We
I'm
got
hungry
a
for
great.
good stuff.
I know, I'm hungry too.
I'm hungry. Fucking Zeus, you made me hungry.
We've got a great episode lined up next week, right, Zeus?
Yeah.
The return of Evil J.
Yeah.
From Man Eating Cake Comics.
Yes, sir.
He's been doing him and Jason. They've been doing lots of shows lately, like a comic con.
Yeah, it's con season now, so
yeah. So they're busy, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I'm looking forward to having them on the show next week, man.
Yeah, we'll talk comics, Image Comics.
Oh yeah,
we'll talk some Image comics, and
absolutely.
whatever else,
We got to get you. We all have to put the pressure on him to see if we can get you to copies of Tales of Insanity, his book.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm down with that. What's up with that? Yeah.
We need to put some pressure on him.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I want a copy.
It's funny. It's wacky. It's kick ass.
I want a copy.
You guys, would love it. And he's got like 8 8 issues that he did, he did way back. And so,
is there a place where we can go buy them and read them?
No, I don't think he's got them uploaded or anything like that.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But that's what I'm saying is next week we'll put the pressure on him.
Yeah, definitely put the pressure on him then.
And I will piggyback off this just to shill. Hey, if you want a digital copy of Volume 1 of Tom's Weird Life, you can get it at 2 different places.
Nice segue, Pedro. Nice segue.
You can get it at my coffee. KO.
I feel bad for Tom, don't you, Pedro? I feel bad for Tom, man.
Actually, Tom's glad he's not Pedro.
Tom glad. You know what? Tom is glad he's not Pedro. You know what? Hey, that's good, Zeus. That's good. But I feel bad for Tom. He ends up always the short end of the stick. Why is that?
You just have to see how it turns out. I mean, it's
right.
What's the most recent chapter? I can't remember.
It was the clown ghost.
No, I'm trying to think of the number. Was it like 37 or 38? Somewhere in there. I think in terms of creation, I think I'm up to like 98 or 99 now. So
is that total pages?
Yeah, total chapters. Yeah, some chapters are 2-pagers, so I can't say total pages. I don't know what the total pages would be.
Yeah, you should actually look into that. See how many pages it is.
Right.
I like Tom, but I feel for him.
Every 15th chapter is a 2-pager. So I'm sure someone can figure that out with math. I don't know. But anyways.
1 + 1.
Yeah. So next week's gonna be awesome. We look forward to it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Thanks to Brian Bell for hanging out in the chat room.
Brian Bell, baby.
Thank you, Big Brian.
Thanks to anyone who listens later.
Deuce B, double B.
Hopefully we don't get canceled over some of the stuff we said.
Why do I feel like it's directed towards me?
No, I said my fair share of things as well.
Hey, I said McDonald's looked like a sun-dried tomato, so there you go.
Oh my God. Hey, we'll see y'all next week, and adios. Oh wait, have a happy Easter, everyone, and adios.
Yeah, happy Easter, happy Easter, happy Saucy Saturday too.
Go eat some food.